Dan Delmar and Justine McIntyre in for Aaron. News you may have missed is on the way. And let's get back to a core Delmar issue, all that OQLF goodness. I left it behind so many years ago, my OQLF commentary, but it pops right back up all the time. Can you have a business called Party Experts in Quebec? Let's find out and get an update from that story that was on CJD earlier today. Lynda Bouvier is the president of Party Experts. Madame Bouvier, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. So hopefully we're going to get a resolution here, but you'll tell me on your end, because the city of Brossard sent out a statement to us to clear up their confusion. Their position is that they were only informing you of the need to conform to the OQLF rules, not enforcing the provincial sign law. And meanwhile, the OQLF has since confirmed that Party Expert is indeed okay as a name. So what do you think about the result right now? And was this all just a big misunderstanding?
Oh, first of all, we feel relieved, especially after being in Quebec and being a company that has been established in Quebec for over the 25 years. We didn't expect to have any, it was not an issue. It was never an issue. For some reason, now it became an issue with this new law 96, this new regulation on respecting the language and the commerce and business. We comply to all these things, so we were, quite surprised, but right now I'm so happy to receive finally the letter from l'Office de la langue française about the Party Expert trademark and brand name that has raised some concern, obviously, from la ville de Brossard, because why would they have sent us an email telling us to turn ourselves to l'Office de la langue française, which the signage company did, and then l'Office de la langue française first responded saying, yeah, it's true, Party is an English name, and we have to comply to the new laws and so forth. And, we've been challenged before in the past about the word Party Expert, and we got confirmation 10 years from now that it was good. So I was very confused. I said, okay, it was good before, why isn't it good now? What's happening? Are we going to change our names every time there's a new minister or a new regulation?
That's an interesting question. I mean, do you think that when you look to the future, do you think it's possible that they may actually ask you to change your name? Because you're right, something that is accepted today may be thrown into question in the future. Is that something that you've considered, or maybe considered modifying your name to avoid any conflict going down, looking to the future?
Well, it's not just a name. It's a brand. It's our brand. We have the trademark. We have a registered trademark. We have spent a lot of money, millions of dollars and time and effort to get this brand recognized and built. So it's like you would say, you built your business, now start all over. So my answer is absolutely not. I wouldn't change anything.
How many locations for Party Expert right now?
Right now we have 10 open locations, but we have 2 in the process of opening. Of course, we need to get our signage, and we have 4 more. So we are developing. We have a plan of growth for about 25 Party Expert in Quebec, and then we'll go in the rest of Canada.
I was going to ask, and is that, I take it that's part of your plan to expand outside of Quebec as well. And you, forgive me if I'm speaking out of term here, but I think you're a francophone, and I can't emphasize enough how many francophones create brands that are supposed to work outside of Quebec as well, that work in both languages, right? Wasn't that the idea?
100%. And people confuse. I know first of all, they always thought we were an American company. And then they forget that, we are family-owned, we're French, 100%. That's my first language, so I'm totally with l'Office de la langue française. But there's also the reality of the everyday where, half of the population of Quebec is Anglophones. So we do have to cater to that clientele and to the French clientele. We don't have a side. I understand we need to protect it. I'm all for it. I mean, we have a French committee that we built. So, and people are also, there's also something not good happening with this law and this Quebec and French thing. I think the debate should be when you go walk into a store, you want to make sure you're served in French and you're able to get the service you want in French, and that as much as possible, everything in the store is the signage is in French. So if you're French and you're able to find yourself. But the reality is a lot of products that we buy are not bilingual because there's not a big market for it. So we add stickers, we do our best. A lot of them, we have over 7,000 products that we created, and most of them are in French to respond to this demand. So there's challenges, and there's the reality, and then there's, how do we run our business now in Quebec with all these regulations that are hard? They make it even tougher.
Definitely. And as you're thinking about expanding beyond Quebec, are there any adjustments that you need to make to present your business in other provinces outside of Quebec?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all, because our packaging are bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
We respect the French as much as we respect the English, and I think everybody is supposed to be able to get served in both language, or be able to get the information they need in both language. I mean, but we are a Quebec French-based owned company, and we're super proud of it. But I wasn't so proud lately when I was seeing, the debate, and it was interesting to see how the reaction of people and the word party. There's a big misconception of, the charter of the French language and all of these things. We do have a very big population of Anglophones in Quebec.
Lynda Bouvier joins us, president of Party Expert, or Parti Expert en français, peut-être. Now, let's break down the name, because I am interested in these branding questions, and I have advised clients in recent months to be aware of sign laws. And now, party and expert are both technically words in French. Now, the term party.
In the French.
Yeah.
Party is in the French dictionary.
Yeah.
You have garden party, that's in the French dictionary. So yes, it's an English word, but it's also accepted in French.
Now, what's interesting is when I go on the OQLF website, they have a glossary with vitrine linguistique, which is very helpful. And when I put in the word party, c'est un terme déconseillé, mais pas prohibé. Alors, so they try to influence you to not use it, but it's not banned. And the term they would prefer you to use.
Which is, again, confusing.
Yeah, and they say the term privilégié, so they would prefer if you used fête instead of party, but it's not obligatory, right?
No, not at all. And look, in French, I'm going to a party, je m'en vais à un party. People are using the word party everywhere. The French people are using it, party, and we're not against the French, please. By all means, not at all. I mean, this is why we're producing so much French product, because there's not enough on the market that is offered to the French population. So we took it upon ourselves to create those brands, and this is why I need to grow and make sure that I have the necessary volume to support all these developments to please my Francophone clientele.
So it worked out for you. Others who have Anglo brands that may not have a word in there that is easily translated to French, they're having problems right now, because if you are, the example the Quebec government uses, good foot shoes or something like that, like if you have Anglo words in your name that are only in English, that will not be allowed according to the new rules. What are your thoughts on that? So many of your colleagues are being caught up in that.
Look, I think it's completely ridiculous. First of all, we have the Japanese restaurant, Kyoto, and all these names, Fiesta, Mexican. You can't go and change the people's name, their business name. Of course, they could ask for them to make it more clearer, not just by adding the word restaurant. You could ask that Kyoto is a restaurant japonais, but you cannot, I don't think you can, they have the right, personally, to interfere in the brand that a company has built, and to adapt it like Starbucks did with adding the word cafe into their signage. But it doesn't change that Starbucks is a recognized brand, and if it's written Café d'Étoile Buck, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't know what the hell is this restaurant for. So, they have to look at the reality. There's there's a world outside of Quebec, and if we want to attract and grow this beautiful economy in Quebec, we need to have a much more open, inclusive mind of the way we do business and how they adjust to respond to the French. But from there to go and change your brand to adjust, this is going way too far.
Lynda, the Quebec Liberal Party needs a leader if you're interested, by the way, because you're doing very well in this interview, I have to say.
Thank you so much. Well, I think everything we do at heart And I'm happy that it's finally resolved and that we're going to get this matter, and we're going to continue building what we do and creating a lot of jobs in Quebec.
Lynda Bouvier, President of Party Expert. Glad to see this is resolved. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for your support.